Okay, let's get the stream started by booting Fallout 4. There we go. And I did start just about on 11:01. Just. It's actually late by about 1 minute and about 59 seconds, but yeah, what do you do? TF2 sort of overran a little. I try and get that finished before, about quarter to. Give me a little time to have a drink, basically have a break, try and cool the room down a little, which doesn't work because you can hear the fan going, I'm sure. But it's going to be more off. You're going to hear the fan a lot more often. That's a new character I started. Don't give it any more concern. That's another character that I've been using recently. There we go. I found out what was wrong with the armour. Apparently, when you customise a bit of armour, sometimes it gets corrupt. I've never had it before, but apparently sometimes it happens. My hair is getting in my eye and it's really annoying. So I'm just going to tuck that under the headphones and hopefully that'll do. But apparently sometimes custom items can sort of get a bit corrupt and get stuck. And I think it's the chest piece, but I'm going to dump it all just to be sure. So if you try and look at it in the armour workbench, it just gets confused. Now, this is the post-Creation Club update. I have recently updated my game to include Creation Club, as you will have seen. Now, I have Gunners in Gunner Paint, Minutemen in Minutemen Paint, and as you can see, the start quests. And I don't have the Brotherhood in the Brotherhood paint, and I will attempt to explain it by staring at X's gauntlets. See? Stand still for half a second, would you? See that? That is a Brotherhood rank indicator. Now, the Brotherhood of Steel armour paint jobs have them on the pauldrons, but it's based on what pauldron it is rather than what rank they are. As a result, I decided to tediously, and it was fucking tediously, make all the entries point back to this brown paint job, browned paint job. However, they still will appear with the more scaled versions of it. They also have the Brotherhood painted weapons. Speaking of which, there's an armour workbench around here, isn't there? I came here because there was an armour workbench. There it is. Now, take that out. Put all of this in. Save. I'm just testing a theory here because I'm sure it's those bits. I know I'll be butt naked doing this. So. But notice, none of this is what's an issue. Take acrobats off that. Stripping a few useful ones. This blocking. Take acrobats off that. I also had to I had to do a lot of manual patching to get the Creation Club update to work, by the way. Not fun. Hey, I'm going to go back to my old stash aisle. Because I'm trying, well, mainly because it works with the, mainly because it does work. It doesn't work so well with weapons, but it does work well enough with the armour. There we go. Exit the station just to make, because it's actually quicker than scrolling back up. You have your assault one because that's like an armour Brotherhood of Steel. Oh, where's the dents? You need dents, otherwise you get raped by explosions. No, you don't want Inquisitors, you want assault. Mainly because I'm not sure the paint.
I'm trained for any combat situation.
Yeah, X6, we get it.
I'll be ready.
Stabilize for arms, just to make sniping easier. Leg. Assault. Now I actually buffed this to make it useful, because for some reason, in vanilla, it is considerably heavier than combat armor, and is only like 1 or 2 points better. And overall, it's it's so not worth bothering with. Which is a shame, really, because it is actually quite it's unique. It's unique armor. Oh yeah, I didn't put acrobats on the left leg. Mainly because I still want to be able to jump off shit and survive, because I'm silly. Maybe there is actually no difference. Inquisitors is pre-painted Children of Atom, if I remember correctly. That's about it. Muffle just makes sneaker a little easier. And I forgot to apply the acrobats again. Just seeing if I've got any other armor. I don't even have any other armor ones, do I? I have Cavaliers, which is useless. I have Duelists, which is useless. Yeah, I actually don't have any unique... Powered will do. Yeah, powered... It's actually worth having. Sentinel's perfect. For some reason, the legendary effect's known as Titans. I don't know why. But see, it actually takes longer to scroll through than it does to actually just exit. Just proving my point. No, I'm sure I had a Marine Under Armour somewhere. I might not. It depends. Yeah, blame me for spelling it in British. Ooh. So dense is just very, very helpful. I know it's OP as fuck, which is why I'm only going to put like Mark II on. Because it is ridiculously OP Ballistic Weave. Ballistic Weave honestly has no downsides. There we go, now I actually have armor again. And so, because I can't remember what... Ah, typical. The collar clip. Of course the collar clip is with my ponytail. Oh well. It'll do. I'll just change ponytail. I'll just change hairstyles when I next go to Diamond. I'll just pop to Diamond City and change hairstyle. Speaking of, Diamond City is far too far away. Oh shit. When you forget what grenades you have equipped. That happens. Yeah. I didn't know they made, like, combat armor in a fat-ass size, but apparently they do. Apparently they do make combat armor in ridiculously fat size, but... Just seeing how it looks with the other Under Armour, it might look better. Yeah, it actually looks better with the Brotherhood Under Armour. Mainly because the boots are better. I don't like the marine wetsuit boots. I think they look ridiculous. I mean, they're clearly not meant for the armour. And, I do find it hilarious that the marine armour, has a wetsuit portion. And it's the heaviest. It's basically unpowered power armour. Hell, I think it's even power-assisted, because that's a battery in the back of it. It's basically light power armour. And yet... you can't fly to the market. You have to sort of fly to Fen Street. It's really unusual. The pickup truck has to go. I have to blow up any car I see. It's a habit. No, I missed it. There's another. Boom. It's just a habit I've gotten in. It just gives you something to do while you're flying along. So be careful not to fire any locals. Oh, that's Super Mutant Denso. Might as well lay a bit of spam in fire. The Simps? The bloody Institute up! Why are the Simps there? Around a campfire. What? Why? Oh, I can just about get the car if it spreads off. What was that? Apparently the super mutants were there. And also, for some reason, the vertibird shadow doesn't really work. I don't know why, but the shadow of the vertibird doesn't work. And I don't know why, but for some reason the vertibird shadow doesn't seem to want to work. It's probably the closest we'll get to Diamond City on foot, so... Actually... yeah, well, let's just go back to the old armour. Oh. I've got to go through the lod. Oh dear. I've got to go through the wall lod. Oh dear, Diamond City's under attack by radical roaches. If it was anything less useless than like the tiniest radical roach I've ever seen, then Diamond City would be completely fucked. Speaking of radical roaches, that is one fucking huge radical roach. Absolutely enormous. For some reason, the legendary radical roaches are absolutely fucking huge. Like, absolutely enormous. I don't know why, but they are. Oh, I see the log still hasn't gone away. Oh, I'm amazed how well it actually syncs up.
Head on inside.
Yeah, I had to take a leap of faith to go through the wall. It's all loddy and horrible. Sometimes the log just doesn't go away. It should when you get close. When you get within, I think 3 cells off it or something. It's supposed to get close. It's supposed to actually disappear, but it sometimes doesn't. Oh wow, there's actually a fucking paladin here.
No trouble here, just doing a supply run.
Okay.
You think the top brass want us out here as a goodwill effort? I kinda hope we'd be heading home.
Or is this one in is this one get T60 just because it's showing off? I don't know if that one's I know what it is. it is a paladin, but this one's preset to be a knight no matter what happens, so it's in the it's actually wearing paladin armor, even though it's not a paladin, and it's just... do I own home plate? No. But I'm sure I could still dump my... Wait. Steel. Ugh. Yeah, I think I should... I think it's the Under Armour, actually, that's the problem. You know what, let's just get a haircut. I really can't be asked to go around through that hassle.
Around here, we call your haircut the scab spec.
And why would a haircut
Sit down,
get the blood out?
relax, and let the magic happen.
Yes, the magic when you go from bald to having the fucking Megaton haircut. That is the worst. You go from bald to having the because the Megaton is ridiculous. It really is. So I want one that ideally doesn't clip too much. I don't mind a little bit of clipping. Yeah. Was that 6 the one I was on already? Yeah. I think, yes it is. So 6... 6 is the one I'm on. Is there a higher version of 6, I wonder? So yeah. Yes, I know one of them is the Tracer. And the Children of Atom ones are horrible. They really are. I say I need one with a... Because the reason I had it as the low one is in case I chose to wear a hat. Let's see if that clips as bad. It's only 15 caps, I have like a few thousand.
McDonough was a synth.
Yes, that's like clipping just as bad.
Can you believe it? Anyway, did you?
Yes.
Yeah, alright.
I'm retying my hair. Apparently this cost me 15 caps. Clearly the bobble breaks and I have to buy a new one and they're ridiculously overpriced. Yeah, because I have to have a fringe. I don't like fringeless. Fringeless just looks weird. Yeah, I'm not a fan of fringeless. I have to have a bit of something. Actually, style 1 might do it. Ugh. Yes, that's better. That's not clipping with a collar. That's, you know, okay, it's clipping with the backpack, but it's not clipping with a collar as much. And when I'm moving, it's nowhere near as. I say it's not like it's going to clip with a collar. It will sit over the collar. And face it, hair is pretty fluid. You know, I can drop my ponytail. I can actually have it both. I can actually strangle myself with it by doing an X shape with it. It is possible. You know, it itches. It's probably would be the itchiest strangling ever happened if I did decide to strangle myself with it. Because my hair is. It has one of two states. It's either really frizzy, which is when it's been washed, which is in the state it appears to be in now. You know, for a few days after being washed, it remains really, really frizzy, and then when it's not frizzy, it goes greasy and actually holds shape better. So, you know, it's kind of a you sort of have to decide whether you want it shapely or frizzy because it's kind of a mess. It also naturally waves a bit. Mine could be worse. Could do tight curls like my mother. She has quite tight curls, like little finger sort of tight. You don't know what I mean by that? I mean you could stick your the size of curl to. You could just about stick your little finger in. Wow. You provide bathtubs full of water for the Brahmin, but don't actually bother filling the bathtubs with water. Diamond City, people! It's classy. Anyway, time to waddle my ass back to that island. Which is so far away that I am going to have to go through the city of Boston, which I don't like doing. You know, I've actually explored very little of inner Boston. You know, I rarely ever go in the buildings. Just something I don't do much. Nope, something's out there, is it? Oh no, doggies! Doggies! Exploded doggies. Yeah, I don't know why it's only the hairless doggies that are feral. Oh no, not these again. Oh. Oh, operators, nice. Nice to have some professionals around.
Hired ourselves a couple new additions to the Nuka world.
Wait, what? Raider Survivalist? See, you're a legendary operator, so why are you Raider Survivalist? Who knows? Sometimes things just... Oh! Lot again. It's lodification again. Sometimes you do just wonder if it's deciding to have a dirt fat moment. Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if that settlement I imported is still going. Speaking of which, I've got the Dalton Farm set up as well. Yeah, I've got that set up. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do the shitty, and I'm doing the quote fingers quest for the Gauss rifle. Might as well go get the Slocum's Joe shit while I'm here as well. Now, the Slocum's Joe stuff I bought, that's the one of the few Creation Club things I think was sort of would justify the price of it, because it does come with a lot. It had new animations which are expensive, you know, because it's got the donut fryer, which is a new animation thing. It does come with a lot of content. So it's like the one. Oh great! No, I have not. Who is? Kill who? No one in my party is male. I mean, I don't know, X6 may have a penis, who knows? No one's ever looked down there and survived, so who knows, but... Oh, Raiders. Oh, you really were coming at me with a bloody... What was it, like... A bloody pipe, a bit of pipe. Really? I guess it's not... I mean, even a lead pipe will be a better implement than a tire iron. I mean, lead pipe, you at least know that that's heavy and will work as sort of a makeshift club. I can't actually remember if the lead pipe's a weapon in Fallout 4 or not. Oh no, mines! This isn't New Vegas, I can't just walk over mines. Oh no, Bloodbug. Now I have to, you know, but back to Slocum's Joe, it was actually half, when I decided to install the Creation Club, guess what, it was half price. So I actually managed to get a bit more than I was expecting. I got, you know, basically used up a lot of my, you know, whatever Steam money I had. You know, I found a Steam card in my wallet, and it is a wallet. I don't care if I'm a woman, it is a wallet if it contains cards, which it does. It is only a purse, no matter what anyone says, it's only, you know, the small cash carrying thing is only a purse if it only contains physical money. If it contains cards, it is a wallet. It is not a purse. I don't... You know, that is the correct technical term. When it comes to technicalities, I am very much a fan. In case it wasn't abundantly clear, I am quite anal, and that is a ridiculous speed limit for America. Especially for what is quite clearly a not particular... You know, it's not a road. That's a ridiculous speed limit. It must be for the nuclear cars. I do like when a thing explodes. Now, the Institute, I don't have paint job mod for because there was no point. But... Oh wow, I'm amazed that actually connected. You know, sometimes I'm amazed Rats makes a shot when it's calculations. But notice at Institute there was no point painting it because it is the because let's face it, I actually think the Institute paint job looks worse on a synth. On a human it's alright, I actually quite like it on a human, but on a synth it doesn't look right on the armour, and on the weapons it's exactly the same because they only ever use the same weapon.
Heck of a job, Sentinel. Ad Victoria.
This guy was pre-spawned because he's got a default weapon and a default I don't wear any bit of armour.
Excuse me.
May the Institute's fall be a lesson to
So, these are all been pre-spawned. These were all spawned a long time ago. Especially notable because of, well, the generic knight in his T-45. I mean, to be honest, the prototype Gauss rifle does sort of give you a reason to go into the gunner HQ. I mean, technically you don't have to go in because I think he's actually on the roof, but she, I think, is a generic. It's not much of it's not a quest. I wouldn't call it a quest. But I've always liked that Gauss rifle, and I've never really liked the 4.4 one. And the way it works is like the laser musket, you charge it up. And considering how tiny Gauss rifle shots are, and who knows, it probably has a fusion core shoved into it. It sort of, I actually like the way it works. Oh, what is this? Gunners? Bang. Ah yes, the gunners, you can see just about see the gunner paint job there. Normally it's super mutants around here. I'm surprised the super mutants haven't got engaged actually. Oh great, the operator got in the way. That's only respects line of sight when it's not a crit. If it's a crit, if it, you know, it's like a forced crit, it does not respect the right of way. You can see the gun weapons. You know, raiders don't spawn with anything custom. Also, I can't for the life of me figure out how to get the Atom Cats to use their custom paint job on their weapons. Because the only mod that I could find for it was a right messy thing. In that it didn't just give them a weapon, it gave them a special weapon that had it pre-applied. It was particularly messy. Same with the Vault. Now, the reason I was sprinting away is because I know about that. I remember that fat man, because it always got me left. When my deathclaw girl went there, she got attacked by it. Oh! I don't even have to go in, because I've got it. And then you basically hug the building, so they can't blast you with it. And you'd think the gunners being, you know, semi-organised would have got rid of this staircase. Or at least got rid of the bottom lat. I didn't expect you to come down on me. Roll down the stairs. There's actually, I think if you assault this place, the what do you call them? Minutemen get attacked. If you've got the castle set up, you get a defender castle from the gunners. Wow, two. Oh, that explains why you're a melee one. You're the fat man lunatic. But really, you would put a melee gunner on top of Gunner's Plaza? Really? That seems like a fantastically dumb move. You know, you'd think you'd have like your snipers, your longest range weapons. maybe a couple of missile launchers to guard your fat man lunatic. Not your... You wouldn't just have them stacked like that. Oh great, I'm in the basement. Bang.
I think we're being shadowed.
No, you go behind the wall, bats can't hit you there. Even though it says it can, it can't.
That's it.
Exterminators, woo. It's like not even relevant or useful to this situation. Plasma? Gunners are pretty much the only ones who have plasma, which makes no sense, actually. Because the only people who would have a large you'd think the Brotherhood would have some plasma, but I think they don't for balance reasons. Because you'd think they would have at least some that they took from the war with the Enclave. Maybe they were all left behind. Although you send your fucking Elder out, so you'd think he'd give you like your best guard, like the best weapons. Nope. Active terminal. I'm not going to bother reading that. You can read terminals in your own time. Terminals are to be read in your own time. I don't read them on stream. Unless I know... Unless it's one I've never read before, in which case I might. That was a sneak attack? But he was shooting at me! What? You're just tragic. You actually tried to come up my ass. You know, flanking only... I do love when they explode, it's just so silly. You know, it may technically be really gory, but there's a point when gory just goes comedic. Yeah, there is a point when gory just goes silly, and it just instead of being horrifying, it just becomes silly. It just becomes humorous because there's so much of it. You know, when you shoot a human, they do not explode. You know what, legendary fucker? I'll get you into your health regeneration mode. Honestly, where is X6 when you need her? Stick a stim into my armor. Nope, that wasn't. Which explains why I was taking so much damage. Ooh, blue tape! You've got to have the blue tape finish on it. You know, you just can't not. Oh look, gunner in leathers, of all things. Who knew? I actually don't recall ever seeing a gunner in leather before. It's probably just really rare. Talk about fatal engagement distances. Engage the creature with a rifle with your inaccurate long-range, short-range machine gun. And that remains possibly one of the worst. You know, if this was TF2, that would be considered a very poor sentry spot. Actually, Cruz can take a nice bullet to his face. And amazingly, he doesn't explode, I'm surprised. Normally when you crit him in the... Normally when you crit them in the face, they die. The keyword being normally. No, that's why I make that shot. Sometimes you just gotta use your good judgment and not use that. I pity people who actually use full VAT, who only use that. Because it's not viable. To me, VATS is there for making tricky shots and nothing else. When you can't make a shot properly, you use VATS. Or when you want to cheat through a wall. Or find a mine in the arse end of nowhere, you use VATS. You don't use it as a primary means. Add the level 0 scout method in Valkyria Chronicles. Get up in their face and let rip. And at least one of them will whack them in the face and kill them. It's the early game tactic of pretty much everything is to get... your weapon is so inaccurate you basically have to waddle up into their face to use it. I thought I wasted ammo. See, normally crits make them go boom. I think X6 is probably stuck in an elevator. How she managed to squeeze herself in the first place is a mystery. No, I'm not even going to try and fight the machine gun through that, because I know it won't work. See, normally when you crit, the body explodes. Yeah, that's kind of, the body part tends to take enough damage to cause it to explode. You know what, I'm gonna eat something. No, because eating something called Blight is such a good idea. It's such a crap healing item. Who'd have thunk it? Actually, let's use my 2 perk points. My gun skill... Oh no, I don't use automatics very often, no. But it's the only gun skill I have at max now, so... maybe I take something, like, equally used. Yeah, because having a scope weapon and then having to resort to VATS for, like, headshots... you're supposed to line those up yourself. They're not players, they don't spaz around erratically. To be honest, that is why I can never snipe anything in TF2, is because I just really cannot... I can't predict the general spazzing that players have. Wow! Who knew shooting a corpse in the body would send it flying? Captain Wes isn't exactly very good, is he? And he for some reason, I'm not even sure if he classes as gunner faction. Oh, turn that fucker off. I forgot about that. Oh no! Well, if I had talked to the Minutemen and reclaimed the castle for them, I would have I'll be getting like defend the castle probably at this point, assuming I'd gotten to the point where that quest could trigger, which I probably wouldn't, because I think to trigger defend the castle you have to have all guns done. Or at least part way, I think it has to be done. Because I know you have to have Ronnie Shaw with you. Which is, the only faction paint job you won't see is the Minutemen War. That's the only one you won't see.
Let's rock.
Really? Let's rock. That was sad. Oh, I've got the Gauss rifle now. So, let's go north and grab these Slocum's Joe stuff. But, to be honest, it's a long way and I don't really want to walk it, so... Oh shit! Wrong grenade again. I'm bad at remembering what grenades I have. Oh, that's something that irritates me greatly. Is when the birds are just flying against nothing. Did it say the vertibird was coming? A vertibird sent your location, yes. The stream's little delay is perfect for the stream's delay is perfect for just checking shit like that. Because I think the whole reason I came to the Commonwealth was to tell the Brotherhood to send a vertibird out there and well, paint this up. I'm sure X6 will magically teleport herself to me. As soon as I get in the vertibird, I'm sure she'll find a way to me. That's surprising. When I get to location, I'll have to summon her. You console. That's funny, I haven't been into the town, but I've been into the sinkhole. Oh, there she is. The vertibird transit is a great way of finding companion, active follow that you have lost. Except the robot ones, they just don't do anything because they're kind of just odd. I think Codsworth gets in with you, but I don't know if he does actually. I can't recall ever using Codsworth while in a vertibird. I can't actually recall if he ever does, but I think non-human companions stand where X6 stands. Power armor counts as non-human. Humans sit on the seat, and NPCs you're riding with, like Paladin Dance and Proctor Ingram, stand on the right, which is the left from this perspective, right from this perspective. Oh, Deathclaw! Kill it with explosives, because explosives are OP. Due to explosive resistance and not existing on pretty much every enemy, explosives just remain ridiculously overpowered.
This place doesn't feel steady. It's shifting wind. We should get back down.
X6 has a fear of heights. To be honest, it's one I would share. I am not good on a tall building. And funnily enough, I'm completely normal flying. I don't have a fear of flying at all. I know it's the safest way of traveling. I don't have a fear of flying. I never do and never will. It's something odd, but I really, really hate tall buildings. I just don't anything above 4 floors, and I'm really, really not happy. I don't like being high up in something I can't, that has no control, like a building, for example, or a big Ferris wheel. I was quite uncomfortable. I did go on the London Eye because we went as a whole family, including my grandparents. How I regret that trip. But I was not comfortable when we went on the London Eye. And it wasn't just because my grandparents were there and making us wonder when they would say the next thing that they really shouldn't say. Because they're old and they're bigoted. And it's just... You just don't want to be seen in public with them because they have a nasty tendency of saying something horrifically racist. It's just... you feel embarrassed to be with them. And, they've only gotten worse. It's weekend of whenever we have to go down there, it's a weekend of bigotry and racism, and it's awful.
Hang on to something.
People are people. I really, really couldn't care less what colour you are. You could be bright green and I wouldn't care. you know, you could. I really don't care what colour you are, what sexual orientation you are, and oh shit, Deathclaw, but meat shield. You know, I really couldn't care what sexual inclination you are. Just the only thing I do find I'm bad with, like, sexual inclination is when you flaunt it. Like, don't go around screaming whatever sexual orientation you are. It's just obnoxious. You know, it's got nothing to do with your sexual orientation. It's just you being an obnoxious person. In case you can't tell, I'm not a fan of the obnoxious. I love how we can survive what is probably quite a fall. I mean, I obviously cook with 3-4 booties, but see, at least Brahmin actually have some hair. In Fallout 4, in New Vegas, they kind of don't, because New Vegas' textures are just bad. Hello! Radical roaches! Tiny radical roaches! With a dodgy hit detection.
Excellent.
Yay! Swimming speed. Barrels! Woo! The arguably most pointless weapon ever, frenzying. I mean, I can't think of a single purpose for frenzying because crits cause target frenzy. Well, for one, you can only deal crits with VATS or under the influence of a drug, which is extremely rare. I think it's one that you have to craft, you know, by vanilla. And crits do so much damage, which seems to ignore armour, that, you know, it just seems to do a flat round. The crit damage is normal shot plus, and this is seems to be the way it's applied, is normal shot plus whatever the crit damage is for that weapon. Which means that, and that crit damage ignores everything. It is just flat out applied. It's the same as basically saying, you know, console, click on a target, mod AV, health minus whatever number. That's pretty much what it is, because it affects, you know, Coulter's supposed to be immune to everything, and yet crits will go straight through it, like there's nothing there. Because crits are just broken. You know, they are beyond, in fact they're beyond broken. But once high level enemies do become a bit spongy, it's nice to have them. It's just I wish they weren't so overpowered. Because they are a bit too broken how they work.
You must be terminated.
Are you? You really trying to take me out? You really trying to take me out? You know, I'm the one who blew up the Institute and you think a lone synth can take me out? And where's the staircase in this place? I can never really find it. I struggle finding it for some reason. And this is not this is actually a vanilla location as well. You know, it's a logical place for it to be put.
I'll find you.
Will you? That one didn't even seem to notice me. This one had bullets but no gun. Ah, the Slocum Joe franchise kit. And I think once you get it, and random settlers can start spawning with it. you know, with the Slocum stuff. You know, if it's out there, it would have gotten into the settler pool. Because let's face it, the settler pool would include every single bloody outfit you could find.
Nice.
That would be the buzz bite. Like saying these things are basically saying whose stupid idea was it to stick hot coffee in a donut, so when you bite it, you get a blast instead of getting a nice sugary filling, because it's always some form of sugary filling, even, you know, chocolate, custard, jam, whatever. Instead of getting that, that's nice and cool, you get a truly ridiculous amount of. I can't see the animation because X6 has shoved her massive ass in my way. A coffee martini! Classic! Yes! That's pretty much guaranteed to kill you. I'm sure. I would never drink anything that Nuka-Cola Quantum was mixed with. Oh, get out of the way. I want to see the animation. Yes, get your massive ass out of the way. Yeah, there is actually custom animations rare. You know. Yes, X6, well done. We killed them all. They're a pile of stinking corpses. Keyword being stink. Well, they might not be. No, the raiders, they were just stinking anyway. You know, I don't get why dirty water turns into purified water unless that water is 1/3 shit. That, you know, 1/3 solids. Crispy Crave Cricket. Did I say Crave Cricket? Yeah, I did say Crave Cricket, didn't I? Look at all this Deathclaw meat. I might have enough meat for a whole Deathclaw. Ew. Gotta fry it. Credit where it's due, the Far Harbour cookables do something different. They're just not very useful. To be honest, neither is Gauge Claw State. That, again, does something a little different. Hermit Crab. I don't remember killing 9 Hermit Crabs. Oh, then again, the little spawny things probably get it, don't I? Nuclear. I don't remember killing any nuclear recently. Oh well. Grilled radical roaches. Who knows? 3 radical roaches equals a meal. I can't imagine radical roaches have particularly much meat on them. Yeah, because when you eat insects, typically you eat the whole thing, and I don't think cockroach is particularly nice. You know, I think cockroach is one that you don't eat, but mainly because it's mostly like nasty carapace and nothing and no meat in it. I have so much meat. I could feed starving settlers with it. That is the weirdest stuff. You know, the AP. And it also, you know, that's in addition to giving health. Rad rat. 2 rats makes a rat burger, does it? Radical scorpions. I'm surprised they got enough meat to eat in them as well. 2-headed cow meat. Ant meat. Bloodworm. I have so much meat. So much of it. I can't believe how much meat I have. I actually can't. I probably haven't cooked it for a long time. Ooh, wolf ribs. Why that needs lure weed, I don't know. Actually make a few, wow roasts. Plus 0 melee damage. What? What's the point of it? Yeah, wow, ribs are actually better. They're not better for healing, but they're better for actually useful. There we go. No more cookables in that area. Ugh. Yuck. And that needs purified water. Yuck. And utility is basically turning it down into is a way of getting adhesives, apparently. That's why it was oil. I didn't think it was adhesive. I thought it was like vegetable oil. Anyway, now we can go back to the island. We've picked up all the shit from the Creation Club, so those quests won't bother us anymore. And now we can go to the island. Whoop. Oh, one thing I've got to do. Transfer settlements. Presets. Choose preset. Stable. Confirm preset. And then go into the option and turn the slow time off, because for some reason voices stayed slowed. Now it does take a little longer, but it does generally work a bit better. Yeah, the mod configuration, there's not many mods that use it yet. I think it's still a thing. And like most, pretty much everything big and important for Fallout 4 is like UI scripting related. It was done by Nyanka, because that guy's amazing when it comes to scripting. It's just, yep, done. People want the classic perk menu. Oh, yep, done. Nyanka will just turn it out in very quickly, and something that's so complex that you can't even begin. Most people can't even begin to imagine how difficult it would be to do. And he just turns it out like it's nothing. He's amazing. That level up menu EX, I haven't got EX. I'm assuming it's going to be pre-packed with 4 New Vegas. So I might as well just get it with that. It's what I've held off on quite a lot, I think. Okay. But, I've sort of held off on quite a bit, but because we'll just know it'll be pre-packed. It'll either be a requirement or it'll be a pre-packaged. Speaking of Fallout 4 New Vegas, always looking forward to the devlog time, but the last update was Black Mountain. And it looked pretty damn close, from what I could tell from my nighttime screenshot, because teasing... I know the whole point is to tease us, but that's teasing when you show it at night, so you can barely see it. But I also think that's intentional to show it at night. Why? Well, one, it's called Black Mountain, so it makes sense to show it when it's blackout time. But also, for bad joke purposes. But also, I think it's so they don't have, to show that they have no LOD. Because I can't imagine that they would be bothered making a particularly intense... they might have done the terrain LOD, but I doubt they'll have done much. For example, if you took away everything except the terrain LOD from Fallout 4, you wouldn't be able to see very far at all. Oh, that must be one of my settlements. You don't see turrets. You don't see turrets on stands anywhere else. Whoa! Something just blew up. And I don't think it was that mini nuke. I think it was a car going boom. Which meant, how long has this been going boom? Yeah, what? Anyway. So I'm looking forward to the devlog, as I always do. Got tight back around my ear. But I would say I'm probably one of the people who appreciates the devlog bit side more than the teaser image side. Now, the reason for that is simple. I'm a woman who likes knowing technicals of things. I just do. It's something I enjoy. I'm not very good at it, but I can safely say that I understand enough of it to have a bodge. Have a good bodge at it. If something doesn't work quite the way I want it, I can generally tweak it to a way I'm more happy with. There's... when it comes to, if you're going to judge my skills based on support, what kind of support I could provide, I would, in the 3 levels of Steam, which is shit. This is for Bethesda modding. The Steam forums are generally just the worst place to go. As they are pretty much always just full of people bitching, moaning, and just saying, "Oh, it's a mod's fault." Uninstall mods, disable mods. That's it. That's their only response. Generally that's the worst. Bethesda.net is more of the same. Nexus is where I would class myself as, and it's middling. They can often provide something helpful, but not always. And then one of the most disgusting places on the internet for mods, unfortunately, happens to be the place where you're going to get the best support. Because, well, let's just say that the mods they do actually require some ridiculous amounts of skill to do, because they're like heavy animation and scripting ones, so they're actually quite technically competent. It's just that site, you really are glad that that ad block exists, because the ads there are just repulsive. If you can't tell, it's a sex mod site. I'm not going to give its name, but if you need support, that is, if the Nexus can't help you, that's pretty much the only place you can go. It's... Because if Steam can't help you, go to the Nexus, and if the Nexus can't help you, go to sex site, because it's the only place that actually has a technical skill. It's like, really, in a more wide area. It's kind of hard to get support for these things. Although, as I found out, it's a lot easier to get support for a Bethesda game mod than it is for something like a Sims 3 mod. And I think that's because of the case of a lot of Sims players are casuals who have no clue about computing whatsoever. And as a result, there's only like 10 people in the entire community that seem to know anything about the technicals of it. So it's kind of one of those things where you've got to know where to look for help. Just doing a Google search will get you some way, but you've got to know where to look. Pretty much all modding problems I've had with, Bethesda games, most of the supports come from the Nexus. Some of the more technical stuff's had to sort of delve into the disgusting land of sex site, I've never found anything helpful on Steam. It's always been really useless information, like disable mods, because that's all they know how to spout, because they don't have a fucking clue about how any of the technicals work.
Mariner says the fog's alive. Can hear you.
Mariner.
Speaking of Mariner, she probably...
Joy to work with. It gave me this idea.
Did it?
Cargo freight, fountain, with a bit of arc welding and some elbow grease. Best to do it soon.
Sounds like a really good plan.
The ship's the MS Azalea. Once you mop the deck.
I'm not sure if I've actually... No, they must have respawned. I'm sure I actually did kill them, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. I've sort of given up trying to remember what's what. No, I haven't. No, I must have been thinking of my Deathclaw girl, because she's been through Far Harbor recently. I haven't done all of it, just done some of it. Because for some reason she sides Railroad. Don't really know why. I guess it's because it's not the Minutemen, and... she's not a goody two-shoes like bloody Minutemen are. And, of course, the only reason she would side Institute is if she's one of their own experiments. Which she isn't, because she saw this unholy union between a human and a Deathclaw. And she obviously can't be Brotherhood because, well, Brotherhood kills abominations, and kind of like that's what that is. Although, kind of at that point, some unnatural hybrid caused by a Deathclaw breeding with a human would actually be considered a natural abomination rather than a science abomination. I mean, the Deathclaw's a science abomination, but a Deathclaw-human hybrid would be a natural abomination. Still an abomination, though. But, so obviously no Brotherhood, and of course Minutemen are too goody two-shoes. and I wanted to side with the Raiders, so obviously I couldn't go to the Minutemen route, because the Minutemen don't like it if you side with them, and presto, the pesto refuses to talk to you until you kill them. Also, I swear, like, most of the Blood Rage Violets I come across are legendary ones. I don't know why it is, but it does seem to be the case. Oh, come on, fucking anglers. I don't know what it is with anglers, but they do like to actually circle you, and it's really annoying to shoot them. You know, probably the most dangerous thing on Far Harbor by default. You know, vanilla, they are by far one of the most dangerous things on Far Harbor, because they're fast, they come in great numbers, they're very powerful, and they're quite difficult to hit because of the way they fight. And they tend to ambush as well. Fog crawlers are actually not dangerous, they're quite weak. They don't tend to attack very often. For some reason they don't like attacking. They often like to run away so they can get an attack run at you. You know what? Fuck him. I love how I made that shot. Oh, clear the trappers at the Azalea. I call just killing the leader cleared. Yes, I call this cleared. Are you really trying to shotgun me from a distance like that? That's kind of fail. You do wonder sometimes with the enemy AI. That's pretty much the only way melee works outside of that in Fallout 4 is when you just charge in and give them a good smack. Ooh, sentinels. I need to eat something. It's a good job I've got loads and loads of cooked meat. Mmm, blood bug. Delicious. It tastes like blood. Like blood and mosquito. It's kind of disgusting, actually. You know, I hate to think how bad some of this wasteland food tastes. I mean... And the cooked meat's probably some of the nicer stuff. Now, who's shooting me? Stop walking away! I'll get a headshot on you eventually. Oh, and NPCs do not work in water. They are pretty fail when it comes to water. Yep, X6 is telepating her. Classy weapon! I don't mean that in a sarcastic way. I know my voice is hard to tell because I'm monotone, but... Classy weapon. You don't often see the revolutionary swords. Chinese officer swords seem extremely rare as well. You know, it's a weapon that I almost forget exists because it's that rare. It's one of those weird ones where you sort of almost forget it exists because it's so rare. Where is this glow? Oh! It's a glowing aura! It's invisible! It quite literally is a glowing one. It's just the glow and that's it. Not just the glowing one, it is the glow. It's just the glowing. Will-o'-the-wisp, that one. That's a glitch I haven't seen before, though. I've never seen the invisible glowing one glitch before. If anyone's seen it, please say. I mean, not that anyone's watching. Not that. You know, at some point I wonder if these are just a record. You know, I do these just as a record. You know, I don't necessarily do these because people watch them. I do them as record. You know, sort of cataloguing an entire playthrough of Fallout, a modded Fallout 4 or Skyrim or New Vegas or maybe even Oblivion if I ever finish with one of them. Fallout 3 as well will happen probably sometime this year. Mainly because I'm really running out of stuff to do in New Vegas. At least I can think of off the top of my head, so... You know, it will be a point where the New Vegas one will turn into a Fallout 3 one. Because I'll just go to Tale of Two Wastelands. I will keep the same character, I will... Or should I get... I'll have to decide. I'll have to decide on stream whether or not to do a new one. I mean, going through character creation in New Vegas is pretty horrible because it has a tendency to crash during character gen. And I'd have to make up a new title card, and I can't say I particularly like doing them. So...
Don't underestimate those trappers by the Azalea.
The MS Azalea is good to go.
I'll send a lift crew over. And once we haul a piece of the ship here, the hull will be a sight to see.
Now I'll come back in a couple of days. You'll have the hull bits on in a really bad way. It's not like it's not even a good job. You know, it's not like just using it as sheet metal armor, which you would because marine grade steel is like almost armor grade. Would stop pretty much anything. Except rust. Rust gets everything. But the marine grade, steel would pretty much get most things. Especially if the paint holds up. But it's kind of a case of... The job they do is so shoddy on that wall. I'm amazed that the creatures don't get in. I mean, something like a fog crawler or a Milo Queen comes along, it could probably bat its way through that wall eventually. No, this was like 6 stomping around. I did the hotel quest, that's what I did. Yep, I'm stuck on a tree again. Again, I'll tell you something, getting stuck on a tree is the most annoying thing that can happen while you're like trying to swim. And you just get stuck on an underwater tree and you just get stuck for ages. Oh no! Barrels! I don't know why I'm suddenly using a 4.4 pistol, I really don't. It's such an unusual weapon to use. Oh well. Bit of plain. I'll mark it on my map. What? I thought I was heading towards Dalton Farm. have that settlement build there, because I actually went through the effort to build it. It took about an hour and a half. Because settlement building is a long and slow process. Now, I'll just go through my philosophy for settlement building. My philosophy for settlement building is try and preserve as much of the original as possible. Try and keep the original feel of the settlement. Oh yeah, the unofficial patch actually fixed that now. But I try and preserve the actual feel of the settlement. You know, I don't typically. I mean, I try to. Some settlements I decide to do something different with. You know, if I'm doing faction-themed settlements, for example, well, I'll do something a bit different with them. But or if the settlement site is particularly crap, like Coastal Cottage, for example, or Hangman's Alley, I try and keep it to the style of the initial settlement. I don't even know why I can target that. Wounded. No, you're not. You're dead. But I try and keep to the original. I try not to I don't do like clutter with I don't do clutter with non-workshop items. That's just a lot of effort to make it. You know, that's just a lot. That's just that clutter. And I find that a lot of settlements people make are way too over-decorated. You know, when they have like they have over 1,000 items in them. Then you start wondering, like, that's more than most vanilla locations would have. You know, you're just crucifying performance for no reason at that point. I don't believe in the over-cluttered settlements, which a lot of people seem to like. I think they just stand out as looking wrong because they are so cluttered. I didn't mean to hit the nuke. But if I hit the nuke, I hit the nuke. There's nothing you can do about it. But, you know, say with player homes, I don't like them when they're like cluttered to high hell. They don't look right, and to be honest, you start wondering, is the person who made this a chronic hoarder or something? Because I have never seen something as cluttered as those places. Ever. You know, for example, my desk actually is quite cluttered, but it still isn't like every single inch of it is covered in some form of shit. Oh, we're here. Let's see if the nuking actually does something, because for some reason I found that the nuking of the settlement doesn't actually do much most times. It only seems to get rid of items that exist in the workshop, which isn't exactly helpful. There we go, plot transfer settlements in. Import a settlement. Slot 23, Dalton Farm. And you're thinking, did I just see the Slocum's joke? Oh, name come up. Yes, you did. Eight things have been removed, which will be basically the plants and possibly the outhouse. You know, the nuking is so bad. You have to sort of go around and actually manually delete the shit. You know, unless you have like scrap everything, which actually But I don't think even that would work, because these buildings, for example, are scrappable. But because they're not actually a workshop item, the nuking doesn't affect them. You know, I did minimise the amount of damage I did to the settlement. I normally would scrap the houses, but I decided not to. I sort of turned one into a sort of store. Obviously the barn popped up. I mean, the stabilising processes definitely was worth updating, because otherwise like, certain things just don't work. But just as a quick run around. That was hard to place because these things always like to clip through the ground. Like, you gotta make sure they're clipping through the ground, otherwise they just float. But I deliberately put a donut shack. I deliberately put a donut shack on the thing. Now, I didn't know. Now, you'll notice this fence doesn't exactly extend far enough. That was sort of deliberate. Mainly because I forgot to build it. But also because, as well, it's... If you open that fence, it's actually just a diversion corridor, just to slow things down. So I try and make it so that they can fend off a settlement attack on their own without my help. Which, honestly, on Far Harbour is actually quite awkward because they've got to fend off fog crawlers, which are quite tough. You know, unless you have explosives, which are OP as fuck. But who knows? Oh no! Radical stags! Devolved radical stags. That was fail. I didn't expect that to happen. Oh, pile of dead deer. Oh dear. Yeah, I tried to make a bad joke of it. You'll probably say go kill yourself now, and yeah, I know the bad. My jokes are awful, I know. It's just my sense of humour. Can't change it. Yeah, but I'm a fan of bad puns, always have been. It probably stems from playing Dragon Quest VIII at a young age. And in case anyone doesn't know, Dragon Quest games are basically a collection of puns rolled into an RPG. They are extremely punny. That's kind of the whole point of them. Oh, for the love of... just die! He didn't even use his gun, he just didn't die. Stupid Primus. Oh no! Barrels! Ah, radical! No. No, that wasn't funny. No. Healing is radical. I actually want to go through pockets of fog. Oh! Whoa, that is some... Whoa, that is shiny. That is shiny. I want to go through pockets of fog because it actually heals me. But the fog is so not radioactive. I mean, I'm not even taking like one rad from this radioactive fog. Oh, speaking of fog crawlers. And as you can see, that is taking a hell of a beating. You know, if it can survive that long against a 50 cal minigun, then it can survive a long time against anything. Also, I don't think I've ever come across a fog crawler that's orange before. Oh, great, it's amber. That's what it is. It's amber. That's what it's reminding me of. The coloration of this fog crawler is reminding me of the bloody amber armour from Oblivion. Yeah, the same orange with black lines. Who knew? Well, it didn't preserve his life. He just didn't drown. Poor Skelly. Barnacles! Ugh. I didn't know barnacles latched onto living things. I thought they just sort of stuck on rock. Oh, and seagull shit rock! It's a shit rock. It's amazing. I've never seen so much seagull shit in one place. That's probably because most people clean it. Although dry guano is not something you really should be messing with. Because dried guano is particularly nasty. Like, it's actually dangerous to your health if you inhale it. Because, you know, inhaling dried guano is such a good idea. These must be trappers. Trappers generally aren't that dangerous. They're just generally not that dangerous. The harpoon-wielding ones are. But, you know... You know, that's enough to bring down a whale, but... generally not that dangerous. Of course, Mini-Nuke Lunatic is, but Mini-Nuke Lunatic always is. How unusual! He's got the trapper legs full on, which makes his legs look enormous. But he's only got leather upper. How interesting. You don't often see each such a variety. I think the trappers eventually got him. I cannot use this while in combat. There's trappers about. Trappers in these woods. There's trappers in them dar hills. I'll go in through the window like a burglar. No, it doesn't. Whoa! Car bomb. Could be worse. Could be a fat man lunatic. I don't. It's actually a good thing that fat man lunatics aren't randomly spawned, because that would just be evil to have randomly spawned fat man lunatics. Because I think they're all pre-placed. I haven't seen one that isn't. Even with a stim, you still die.
We're not alone.
We're not alone. Good. More trappers to kill. Crotch shot, body shot, crotch shot, Ambassador. If it wasn't for the holes in the bull barrel, this very much would be an Ambassador. Question is it the Kellogg's one? Yes, it's got the extremely long barrel. It isn't it. Give it a red handle and give it a nice long bull barrel, and give it a nice whitey paint, you know, white sort of ivory style paint job, and it becomes an Ambassador. And you can headshot with it for drastically reduced damage at range, because they nerfed the living crap out of it. What's that? Is it anglers? Great. I want something with a bit more punch for anglers. Oh, Bino one again! again, there's a pair of albino ones. For some reason, they do like to come in pairs. Not quite sure why, but they are. I don't need a shovel for this. I just can't do it in combat. Question is, what am I in combat with? Why can't I dig? I still don't know what we're firing at. Whatever it is, it's apparently dead now. Whatever it is, it's apparently dead now. I don't even know what we were firing at, but apparently. Wind turbine code. Why would I want to kill off a Fahaba? Bad synth. Need launch. We need a launch code. That's what we need. We need some launch codes. How I can swim in this armour, I don't know. I mean, let's face it. For one, I must be a fucking. You know, I must be a. Look at the way I'm. How am I swimming in this? I mean, for one, it's really, really heavy. Secondly, I'm a gigantic fat ass, so hardly exactly the easiest thing to swim in the first place. There's one set of oh, Brotherhood has arrived. The Brotherhood has arrived. That was the most graceful getting out of the water I've ever done.
We may have liberated the Commonwealth, but our job is far from over.
Looks like you made it.
Ma'am, Knight Captain Larson. I'm heading up this. We've secured a perimeter and are prepping for the assault. It's my understanding that you were assigned reconnaissance.
Yes.
That's right. I'm scouting the target area.
Very good. We'll be here when you're ready.
Is he in the... No, he's in the standard metal finish. I thought he was in the dark paladin finish for a second.
You've done a heck of a job, Sentinel. Ad Victoriam.
Excuse me.
The Institute's fall.
Again, I think these were placed before Order Creation Club mod came into effect. Yeah, because it's still in like the light-only armour. Yeah, which I think was there solely to give other factions a fighting chance. Because let's face it, the Institute Assault otherwise would be almost impossible. Because the synths are just they're badly equipped and badly. Oh, I just realised I just cook. Now I always have some angler meat. I always use angler meat because it's about the only thing I ever have. And the meat just floats off, you can't reclaim it.
Let's do this.
What the?
Don't forget to check your ammo.
Not quite sure why that hunter wasn't a target and why it just decided to show up. But okay. Kill the lurks! The Queen is coming. Oh, it's a legendary one too. powered, not too bad. Boat. Next location. Change aces, go south. Whee. Oh, it's not swimmable deep. Now it's swimmable deep. The aqua gender perks are just ridiculous. I get them for the radiation reduction. Oops. I can see through the rock. Placement issue. But you know, I get them so I don't basically take a ridiculous amount of rads every time I step in the water. But the breathing is a bit ridiculous. I've almost forgotten what it's... No, I have not almost forgotten. I've completely forgotten what it is like to have an oxygen meter in Fallout 4. Because I've never ever had to use it. Because you'll probably die of radiation poisoning. You know, because 10 rads a second, you are probably going to die of radiation poisoning faster than you can drown. You know, less than a minute in the water, and less than 2 minutes in the water, and you are dead. Because that's the way it works. Level 8? What are you, like the wussiest trapper in the camp? Oh no. Not a baseball bat! Not a bloodied bat! What was he using? 10 mil. Don't see them too often. I often see 10 mil pistols actually. There's Harpoonatic. A combination of harpoon and lunatic to Harpoonatic. You can do a lot of damage to a harpoon gun if it hits. Shot for shot, it's actually one of the most powerful weapons in the entire game. I mean, let's just have a look-see at it. It's like, shot for shot, 345 is pretty much unmatched by non-explosive weapons. The difference is it is so slow firing that I'll demonstrate. It is so slow firing that it really is difficult to use. Because it's just so slow. And it's nothing like the pre-launch harpoon gun either. And it doesn't have sights by default either. But that's it. That's its fire rate. It is extraordinarily slow. Powerful, but extraordinarily slow. Pretty accurate too. If you can get used to the fact that it actually fires a projectile, you can do a lot of damage with it. Wait a second, is that what I think it is? Go into the hold. The hold! Or not the hold, because it doesn't have a hold because it's a fucking tugboat. Is what I think it is? It is, it's Red Death Island. At least I think it's Red Death Island. Got enough boats around it to be Red Death Island. So this could... yeah, this is Red Death Island. Now that's a quest that I found hilarious when I first did it. Because I was expecting a giant squid. You know, its textures have been were found in base Fallout 4. A different type of harpoon gun was found in base Fallout 4 as well. But, you know, that was more of a completely different style. But that was all for the cut underwater quest, vault quest. 20 leagues under the sea or something. There was definitely a cut underwater vault quest that involved a giant squid. Because I'm pretty sure like the big window for that vault was called Vault Squid Attack or something like that. I found the underwater door asset half finished in the creation kit. You know, people have found the squid textures. People have found, I think, an unfinished model for the harpoon gun. There was a cut Chinese assault rifle as well. That was it in Fallout 4. There was quite a bit of cut content. You know, I think the underwater vault would have added a bit though. I think that was one of the ones one of the things. I know why it was cut. They couldn't get underwater combat to work, and they didn't want to have to make up the giant squid. But you know, it was too much work. But I think that would have been something quite unique and like never really seen before. Oh, crawler. You know, now I just have to hit it with this thing. It's a fog crawler. It doesn't take much damage. But see what I mean by they're quite reluctant to attack. They do a lot of damage when they do attack, they just don't tend to actually like attacking much. And the 50 cal machine gun does just sort of destroy them. And also, if you ever want to see a fog crawler's ass, there you go. But that's the fog crawler ass. And again, it's the amber patterned one. My hair is starting to cut. Oh, and tickle my chin. It's horrible. Because it's the bit that's not quite long enough to get into a ponytail, and that's the one that's really annoying. Now I know there's a Deathclaw around here. I've encountered it before, and I had the leggy. Now, this actually has a quest. This is a quest location. Sneeze. There's a Deathclaw around here. I haven't quite recovered from the sneeze. The co-sneeze. Speaking of the Deathclaw, I'm not even going to try and fight it with a harpoon. It's like, having X6 with the 50 cal minigun is kind of ridiculous. Critical strike with a missile, that's going to kill anything. Because the missile launchers are kind of OP as fuck. You know, it's kind of is one of the most overpowered weapons, and it kind of, because of the way explosives work, it makes the Fat Man redundant. You know, it's too powerful. Especially since it's got homing abilities as well. I mean, the missile launcher is way too powerful. I'm not even kidding when I say that, it is way too powerful. It makes the Fat Man completely redundant. I'm amazed that hit. Loot menu's gone. For some reason the UI decided to, most of the UI decided to fuck off for some reason. At least it came back when I tried to reload my gun. Oh, what's X6 walking through? I fit through the tiny little hole. That would be the comedic, ow, my butt fell through, but You know, that would be the hole that you would comedically get stuck in. Let's face it, it is. That's very much the comedically get stuck hole. Of course it's someone there, you idiots. These super mutants. Super mutants are just so fantastically thick. Like, so fantastically thick. And so low level too, apparently. Boom. Head go boomy. Yes, waste of ammo is very much correct. Oh, no, this factory is a bit of a maze. Crit it. Oh no, glowing mutant hound that isn't glowing. Well, it is glowing, it's just not veiny. It's just not got the right skin, but it is actually glowing. Weird. The age of the super mutant. No, it isn't. Considering how easily you've just taken down by a single bloody shot from a pistol, it kind of says something. It's not even a well-placed shot, it's just a shot. Ooh, 5mm rounds. Oh, you're a bit tougher, aren't you, my little master? See, even the mole rats can survive multiple shots. But not the super mutant, which is supposed to be superior. Not the superior being super mutants. Did that have a pipe rifle? It did. That's sad. That is really, really sad. You know it's sad when they have a pipe rifle. Really? I'll never leave here alive. If I had my way, I would never have come in here, but I have to because Dima said I must. Because I can never navigate this bloody factory, ever. Oh. Oh. Want to kill Behemoth? Yeah, go on, go kill Behemoth. Formed thing. Oh no. I suck at these terminal things, I really do. There we go. Eventually you get it. Use an ammo. Grun. What kind of name is Grun? Oh, look at the way it waddles. They're not even particularly powerful. You know, the Behemoths were kind of something to fear in Fallout 3. In Fallout 4, they just kind of fail. And the fire hydrant isn't even as oversized as it used to be, either. Get crit it. Oh, crat upon. Well, if the... Oh no, not another terminal. There we go. Get on the elevator. Oh no, not the mutant hound! Wow, that's not it flying. Going up! But we just went down! This is ground level, there's dirt! went down, you silly Protectron voice. Oh no. A skeleton. A very, very skeleton. Oh no, sorry, I just knocked my Lego Iconian over. They're not the most stable of things. I tend to knock them when I'm getting hand cream. Avery's looking. Avery's skull.
Is it going to be painful?
Yes. It's going to be like having everything you are ripped out and replaced.
He even cleaned the skeleton.
I'm ready. I wish I could say goodbye to everyone.
No one else can know. This isn't just about infiltrating Far Harbor. It's about becoming the human that Dawn here need to meet. Reasonable. Willing to accept them as just another living thing. No greater or lesser than humanity itself. You will be part of the bridge between our two worlds. That all vanishes the moment anyone discovers that it's...
This is just like the most twisted and wrong thing.
Did she have to die? The woman I'm replacing? God.
That's Institute level, except the Institute tends to let both live somehow. You know, the Institute sometimes lets them live. You know, Demo is up to some real shifty shit.
Detected. Scanning. If you need assistance, please approach the intercom. Re-scanning. User isn't approved to enter the medical containment area. Can't say I mind the company, though. It's been a while.
I don't think any approved user is gonna show up. You can either let me in, or you can keep waiting for eternity. Your choice.
You actually make a really good point.
Good security. Best security system ever.
Now, if you'll excuse me, my power capacity is a bit low, so I'm going to go into reserves. Best of luck to you.
Best security system ever. You know, it says no one's going to come along for it, and its logic fails. Also, this is semi-unique. I'll class this as a semi-unique weapon because technically there is no other weapon like it. It may have a generic appearance, but it has the M4 carbine mod, which ironically it looks nothing like an M4 carbine, but it's because it's chambered in 5.56 is the only and it's in the legendary, you know, it's one of the few unique legendaries, even if its appearance isn't. I can't help but think we know when I see that. I guess that's the first time I ever saw a handprint like that in blood, was the "we know" sign from the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim. Which, from my very first Skyrim run, I seem to remember getting around Markarth. I can't even... Which is funny, because you only get it when you kill Grelod, and I seem to remember getting it somewhere in the Reach, so who knows. I hear something. Yes, you do, Super Mutant, but I don't want to be in this place anymore. I'm gonna get out of this awful place. I really cannot navigate these places. I really suck when it comes to navigating these big factories. That's what glowing mutant town's supposed to look like. Oh, I hate these factories. I can never navigate them. I actually cannot navigate them. Oh shit! You just hear that beeping and you leg it. Pollution dumps. Maybe it's a boat loading dump, who knows. The boat kind of has sunk, so... You just hear that beeping and you know the instinctive response is leg it. Swimming through fire doesn't bloody hurt. Such is the nature of this thing. Burning oil that's been burning for ages doesn't actually hurt. Trappers. I'm not hiding, you're hiding. Yes, wear the lobster pot on your head, it makes your head so much bigger. Are you trying to kill me with the same weapon I'm trying to kill you with? My aim's better. Unusual, I didn't think trappers had these weapons, but oh well. Wait. Harbour Grand? Yeah, I know how to go there. So, why? Because I actually didn't technically have the questy up. Who knew? Who knew? Doink. Doink. Because jumping out of the water so ridiculous. Doink. Oh. Oh no! More burning oil! The thing is, if it's burning oil, that means there's one of petrol or whatever, or nuclear gas, whatever they've run on. Whatever it is, means it must have crashed recently. That's a fog crawler? It's like the fog crawler's less heavy hitting and more just it gets you stuck in a loop with its slashing. Another amber coloured one. I think they're all leveled though, fog crawlers, so that might be the toughest one. Oh, I buffed them so they actually take the resistant weapons, because, you know, they are armoured. They would be. You know, they would actually be resistant to weapons. You know, like bullets, they're heavily armoured carapace, they're going to be somewhat resistant. Swim through the burning oil. I don't like how, like, all the only large boats there are in Fallout 4 are all fucking tugboats. It doesn't make any sense. Because they have, like, tugboats being cargo ships, and no! Tugboats don't work that way. You know, it'd be different if they were, like, tugging barges, but they aren't. They're just tugboats. There's nothing else. It's just a tugboat being used as a cargo ship, which makes no sense. Because they haven't even got the capacity. And I don't think I can climb this cliff. I've not really practiced climbing in Fallout 4. Because let's face it, there's very few places where you actually need to. I just don't know how you get up here otherwise, because I believe it is pretty sheer. Gotta go around. You know, because kind of like it's a sheer rock formation, so you have to go just a long way round. It's too jagged, you can't actually jump. It's too big it's like boulders, it's not like you can climb up it. Especially when you start phasing through them. Come on, there must be a way up here. There we go. Took ages, but we finally got up. Finally got it up. Oh no! I smell green. I smell green. It must be super mutants. No, it's the fact that I smell green. Oh, something's hitting me with something that hurts like fucking hell. Someone must have a fucking machine gun. Those things hurt. A noise. You know what? It's the Primus. He's on the machine gun. It's that machine gun one. Yes, one of them's got a machine gun and they hurt. It's you. Let's take that off you. I don't want you to keep it in that fucker. Great, another one's got one. Of course they do. And of course, VATS can't make a quite a simple shot. So the machine guns are what hurt. They really, really hurt. So you can find this location before, but you won't actually find it because you can't get in. Ow. There it is.
Hey! Hands where I can see them. Now, where is the key?
Franny, what's the gun? Yeah. What exactly do you think you're going to accomplish?
My job. You're going to give me that key, and I'm going to get paid.
Hey, the world's over. Are you really... Ah!
Scream all you want, Arnie.
Yes.
Rotting hell! All day, Arnie.
Fine. What the hell's it matter? It's on the boat. Fringe Cove docks. Combinations 44, 6, 75, 12.
Now, was that so hard? So long, Captain. Now where the hell's the release to this...
Sorry, Franny. You're stuck with me.
Good safe room though. Oh. It actually protects all the shit. It's actually a really good safe room. I still wouldn't eat the fancy lad snack cakes that were in there, but I don't know, maybe I can use them as bait for Sims, because apparently Sims really like them. Oh, 1:09. Getting late.
I'm not sure you're already dead.
Oh, bloody mutant hound. Just die. Save, but I can't because I'm under fire. Super mutants using turrets? What madness is this? Jamaica Plain! What? Why do I have to defend that? It's not even on the same island as me. Speaking of not remotely anywhere near me. This boat is miles away from anything. Ugh. And there goes my time. So, just quickly get onto this rock. Rock, 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 rock. Get on the rock. Savey, savey. Because I'm out of bloody time, because I can feel a door rumbling beneath me. Because they're not exactly light-handed, they're very, very heavy-handed, the one noise. And as you can hear, my dog is barking. I don't know if it's coming through the stream, but it's annoying the living crap out of me. So, that's the end of the stream. Subscribe or donate if you want. Thanks for watching. Subscribe or donate if you want. Donation links in the description as per usual, as is a list of all past live streams. Goodbye!